You're on air with Jaimee, the show for female entrepreneurs ready to get out of their own way, build iconic personal brands, and make bank in business. Today's show is brought to you by my signature membership for course creators, coaches, and service-based entrepreneurs ready to redefine wealth and quantum leap their business income. Can you believe that we are winding up another year? By the way, am obsessed with holiday flavors at the moment. In Australia, we don't usually get them. So when I saw that this one particular coffee shop here has gingerbread lattes, I was obsessed and I had to go and get one. And so this morning I was walking through the shopping center to go and get my gingerbread latte. By the way, all of you beautiful American ladies, I get so jealous every year, particularly when I see people who live in New York and they get to go to Starbucks and it's snowing and they have their beautiful winter coats and stuff on and they go and get the pumpkin spice lattes. It's just honestly a fucking dream for me. So even though we don't have snow, I live in North Queensland. It is so hot here right now. I'm still drinking a gingerbread latte and like really vibing on the idea that I'm walking through the New York City streets, sipping my pumpkin spice latte, looking like freaking Carrie Bradshaw in an episode of Sex and the City. But as I walked this morning through the shopping center to get my gingerbread latte, I was really thinking about what a year this has been. I don't know about you, but I really feel like 2022 has been one of the most transformational years in my whole life. And probably second to that was in 2020 when I became a mum, because that was like a whole freaking transformation in itself, but also a story for another day. This year for me has really been momentous. And I realized that that is such a strange word, but when I was reflecting, that's literally the phrase that came to me, momentous. There has been so much going on over here, and I've realized how much in the past I thought I was playing big, but I was actually playing small. And so my commitment to myself this year was really actually going all in and really putting in the effort and taking the action. And what I've created is this mega momentum that I am going into the next year with. Now, what I see at this time of year, every year, is people starting to talk about goals. And they're starting to talk about, like setting your goals for the new year and setting up the habits. And, a lot at the moment now is talking about locking in your 2023 mentorship now so that you don't go into the new year deciding who you're going to work with. Like, since when was that a thing that was on our to-do list? And don't get me wrong, I'm all here for obviously coaching and being in the space of amazing coaches and locking in your mentorship and all of that. But I just don't think that that needs to be something else that's added to our fucking goals and our to-do list at this time of year, right? This is a time for reflection and a time for really deciding what is next. And so I want to ask you, what's next for you? What is next for you? And before you start thinking about SMART goals, because go back, listen to my episode in case you didn't know, public service announcement, SMART goals are fucking out. They've been out for years, but I'm making it my thing, my destiny, my responsibility to spread as far as I possibly can that SMART goals are done. You don't need to be setting goals that are specific or fucking measurable. Who's to say what's achievable and realistic for you? And do not put a fucking time frame on your goals. Now, I'm going to talk about all of this in this episode, but also in a session that I would love to invite you into to really set up your vision for the new year. And that session is called Year of Yes. By the time you're listening to this episode, you will only have a few days left to join, because I really want to get this session kicked off the ground before we all get into Christmas mode and, throw everything away before we pick it up again on the 1st of January, which, by the way, is not the vibe, lady, but we'll talk about that soon too. So if you're interested in joining me in that session, the link is in the show notes. If you're watching on YouTube, link is in the video description. Go and check it out. Can we please make 2023 the year that we decide to be a whole new version of us, and a very specific version, the version that we came here to be? Too often, when I see people sitting down and mapping out their vision for the new year and, creating their vision boards and doing all of those beautiful things, what they're forgetting is to decide who they want to be. Everyone starts with what they actually want, what they want to achieve, what they desire, what they're manifesting. But what you forget is that in order to bring all of that into your reality, in order to truly co-create with the universe, with God, with source, with your guides, with whatever, you need to be a different version of you. The version of you that is living that reality. And this is where the work that I do is truly different, because I'm coining it, and you heard it here first, because I actually haven't announced this anywhere. It's the You First business method, the You First business model. And here's what we play by. When we expand you as a person, when we shift your identity into being a different version, when we tap into your power, when you fucking own your magic, your business will quantum leap. Your life will quantum leap. But it actually starts with you. See, what I see online is so many people investing in strategy after strategy after strategy, and course and program, and learning all the things, but they're forgetting themselves. And so what happens is they come up against themselves at every new level, at every new thing. And most of the time, they're not truly taking the action that they need to be taking in order to bring everything into their reality, because they're so caught up in the doing and they're not worried about the being. And this isn't about masculine versus feminine energy or any of that, because in my world, we do both, and we flip between both. And in that version of you that has everything that you desire, there is going to be an element of both. There are going to be times when you're more in your masculine and doing and all of that. And there are going to be times where you're more in your feminine and you're being and you're flowing and all of the things. They're not separate. They come together, right? But it all starts with who you are going to be. I don't want you going into 2023 and making it another year that you create a vision board that you never look at, and making it another year that you kick off with fucking miraculous momentum, and then by the end of January you're burnt out, uninspired and unmotivated and lost and confused and facing resistance and in doubt and all of the things that literally happen to people every single year. When you put you first, when you start to put your growth ahead of your business growth, you will see your business grow as a byproduct. And I would love for you to commit to changing the way that you do things next year. And I mean, why are we waiting for the 1st of January? We don't need to wait for a new month or a new year or a new week or another fucking Monday to make the choice to make these changes. You can literally decide in this moment that you're not playing by these rules anymore, that you are going to embody a different version of you, that you are going to shift your identity and become the person that you were put here to be. You can decide in this moment. And when you decide, you will see a shift. You will feel a shift. It feels so different to embody this energy and to create from this energy every single day. And this energy is magnetic. So I want you to decide now. I want you to really reflect on this. Who do you want to be in 2023? Who do you want to be? It's not enough to just decide that you want things and manifest it. I know I created literally a whole episode on this 2 episodes ago, and you can go back and listen to that one. But I keep seeing in Facebook groups and all over the internet, and it gets worse at this time of year, people introducing themselves and saying, I'm new to manifestation and I'm just starting my journey. I'd love to know what I need to do every day to manifest. And I'm like, girl, it's not something that you add to your to-do list. You know, you don't write down, manifest my desires this morning and then tick it off and it's done. Manifestation, quantum leaping, it's all about who you need to become. By the way, I just saw 1111 as I was saying that. I just had to add that in because that's fucking magic. It means that this is a potent message. So I hope you're listening in. It is about who you need to be. And when you get caught in the to-do list, in the hype of all the little things that people tell you need to do to successfully manifest, you actually take yourself further away from being that version of you. When you're caught up in the tiny little details that don't fucking matter, you take yourself further away from being that version of you. This is why so many people don't successfully see their manifestations come into their reality, because they think that it's all about desiring something and they forget that it's about being someone else. And whoever said that you can use the law of assumption to magically create things into your reality was fucking lying to you. You have to take action. There is a journey. There are things you have to do. But it's about taking action towards your goals. And by action, I don't mean journal and say your affirmations and visualize. I mean actual fucking action. Those things are great. Yeah, they'll help keep you aligned. They'll help reveal blind spots, all of that, right? But the action that I'm talking about is, if you want to quantum leap your income, are you fucking selling? Have you reviewed your prices to make sure they're in alignment? This is where we need to be focused. Do not make 2023 another year where you say you're going to manifest all of your desires and then don't do anything. I don't want you finishing 2023 stuck in the same place that you are every single year, feeding into the same BS online, thinking that you need another strategy. I've been there. I've been there. I invested tens upon tens of thousands of dollars into my business when I first launched. That business doesn't even exist anymore. That business was so unsuccessful because I was so caught up in the strategy and I couldn't see past my limits. That's why I do what I do today. You get so caught up in needing to learn something new, needing to implement someone else's $1 million fucking blueprint, someone's, Instagram marketing machine program, whatever it is, right? And you're spending money, 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 money on all of these new things. But are you actually implementing anything? Are you taking action? Are you showing up as the version of you that already has $1 million empire? Because if you're not doing these things, you're not going to see the results. The truth is, you don't need another course. You don't need another program. You need to tap into you. I am coining this method, and you heard it here first because I've not announced this anywhere. What I do is the you first method of business. This is the you first strategy. See, what most people do is they go out and they're taking action and they're investing in things and they're doing things, and then they'll come up against themselves. And then they'll break down that barrier and they'll go through the cycle again. And so their business is expanding. And then as a result, they have to expand as a person. And so they do that bit of work and then they go back into expanding their business. And it becomes this revolving door of expansion, right? What we do in my world is we expand you and your business expands as a byproduct. We work on you. We work on your limits. We work on your beliefs. We work on your BS. We work on your energy. We help you get to the place where you literally are so tapped into your own fucking magic that you are magnetic every time you show up online. This is about you. And when you can do this, your business will expand as a byproduct. Remember, you're building a personal brand. You're a human behind your business. Why are you always working on your business, trying to implement new things in your business, but you're not truly working on yourself? And so many people are like, I'm doing the inner work today. And it's because they're journaling and they said some affirmations. Girl, that's not it. That's not it. I mean, it is. It'll work, but it is fucking slow. There are better ways of doing things. And in my world, we're here to move fast. We're here to move fast. No, it's not about hustle or burnout or anything like that, but I'm done playing slow. You know, I know the tortoise and the hare situation where, you know, the fucking tortoise wins in the end, and that's cool, but I don't desire to move slow anymore. I want to move fast, and I'm done apologizing for it. I'm so tired of people feeling like they need to apologize for their desire to move, for their desire for more. You don't need to apologize. If you're in my world, we're here for big things. You're here listening to this, take this as your sign that you are here for more, that desire that you've always had, that feeling you've had your whole life that you don't fit in and that you're here for more and you're not here for like the regular things that everyone else is into. You have a place here because that's how I feel. That's how I've always felt. And yeah, it's fucking lonely. It can be so lonely. And that's why you need to surround yourself with other people who get you and who get it. And that's my focus for the new year, is creating spaces for expanders, because that's what you are. You are an expander. There are people in your world that you don't even know about who are looking at you and being like, fuck, I want to do that. She's just expanded what I thought was truly possible for me. This isn't about being inspirational or motivational. Expansion is a whole new level. Expansion is literally changing someone's thought process on what is possible for them. How powerful is that? How powerful is it that that is what you are here to be? You are here to be an expander, to show people what's truly possible for them, to show people that there's actually so much more out there than they ever realized. But this starts with you owning your expansion energy. This starts with you deciding in this moment that you are going to step into that version of you right now. We don't have to wait till the 1st of January. Step into it right now. Choose in this moment to not spend another year playing small and playing slow and playing into someone else's BS fucking rules. Choose in this moment to own your expander energy and to allow it to shine online, to allow yourself to grow beyond what you thought was possible for you. Allow yourself to see the magic that's in you. And I've realized over the past 24 hours that this is actually my superpower. My superpower is expanding you to see that you already have everything you need within you. You don't need to go and, you know, second guess yourself or to bounce things off a friend or to check in with your coach or mentor every time you get a download or an idea. If it came to you, it's yours and you need to act on it. It's time to stop playing small and to stop second guessing and to stop fighting with yourself, to stop coming up against yourself. Every year, I see people set these goals, right? And they all revolve around like these different chunks of life. And it's like, are you setting goals for your finances and your relationship and your business or career and your health? And it's like, yeah, cool. Like, while all of these things are totally relevant, what they're actually doing is pulling you apart into pieces. You are one person. You don't need goals for all these different chunks and wedges of life. Hold a vision for your whole life. You're a whole person. So tired of seeing things separately. You are a whole person. And every time you decide to break something down into chunks, into these bite sized pieces, while, okay, it might feel a little bit less overwhelming in the moment, you don't actually realize the damage that it's doing in the long term. Every time you chunk something down like that and separate it as being like a separate part of your life, you're actually creating what we call a part personality. And those part personalities will start to conflict. And that is when you'll notice that your identity or your personality of being a mum starts to conflict with your identity or personality of being an entrepreneur. And so they go against each other. And if you're listening to this, you can't you can't see, but I'm like doing hand signals to try and explain what this looks like. But the way it feels is like you start to realize that it's really hard, or you not realize, I should say. You start to feel like it's really hard to be a mom and balance your business. And, because of your business, you're not able to be as present a mom as you want to be. And then because you're a mom and you are in charge of keeping tiny humans alive, you can't fully commit to your business like other people can. Can you see how these don't go together? This is what happens when you decide that you're wearing all these different hats. No, you wear one hat, one fucking crown, and it encompasses all of this. There's no one mum mode and entrepreneur mode and wife mode. They're all in one. And you flip between the different energies. And yeah, there's going to be slightly tweaked versions of you. Obviously, I don't swear like a trooper in front of my child, or I try not to because he's a parrot now and he literally will repeat everything. But I'm not a different person in front of my child as to what I am here. So it's not a conscious, like, oh, I'm stepping out of mum mode and I'm stepping into entrepreneur, Jaimee. No, they're all the same. And you're making it hard for yourself by separating everything. And I want to show you that everything can all occur all at once. You get to create the life that you dream of. It already exists. It is waiting for you to become a fucking energetic match to it. And that means owning these different parts. And that means owning your current circumstances. And that means stop being a victim to your current reality. Own that this is where you're at, and own that there is a version of you who is ultra successful and in your current circumstances. That exists, right? When you can step into that version, you will start to see things shift. This is how we play in my world. We're not playing into specific and measurable shit. We're not talking about what's actually achievable and what's realistic. Nobody gets to say what that is. You decide what's achievable. You decide what's realistic. We don't put fucking time frames on things. We don't need to put time frames on goals. Make them happen in flow, in alignment, with ease, manifesting rather than setting goals and going towards them and making it happen. Manifest, co-create with the universe, play in the quantum. Be the person that you came here to be. This is the vibe for 2023. This is fuck 2023, actually. I'm calling myself out there. This is the vibe from this moment on. This is the vibe. Choose now. And if you want help and guidance with that, again, I invite you to join me in Year of Yes. It's going to be, honestly, the most potent goal setting session. It's not fucking goal setting, it's pure vision alignment that you have ever attended. Not only will we be mapping out your vision for the next year, we're also deciding who you're going to be, and we're painting a blueprint for that. You are going to leave this session with more clarity than you've ever had towards what you're creating. You're going to know exactly who you need to be to make it happen, what you need to do to make it happen, because the action is just as important as everything else, but it's the energy behind the action that makes the difference. And you're literally going to be able to reprogram anything that comes up that's in the way. We're expanding you. This is about expanding you and your business expanding as a byproduct. If you want to register for this session, the link is in the show notes. There will be a replay. So even if you can't make it live, get the replay, because you're going to then be able to revisit this at any stage throughout the next 12 months when you feel like you've gone off track, when you feel like you're out of alignment. You can come back to this session and you can map it all out again and you can get back into alignment with it, right? This isn't just about deciding what we're creating and mapping out some bullshit goals and creating a bloody action plan. We're actually going through a process that's called magnetic alignment. And it needs no explanation, right? It's literally about getting you into so much alignment with that vision that you become magnetic to it. We're not about hustle. We're not about push or force energy. This is purely about flow and taking the right actions to literally attract everything that we desire. But it starts with you. So let me finish by asking you, who are you going to be in 2023?